Hey, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the Streaming Sofa. Happy Friday evening. The end of a week. The weekend's here. At last. Fucking Christ. I knew it was gonna happen. And it got me anyway. Literally, as I was about to say the words, finally we can relax. But clearly, that is not an option for me. Clearly, my life has to be on edge at all times now, truly through my own making. Yeah, it has been a busy week, exclusively work. Just busy as hell. It is final week for the game that I'm working on. We release Monday afternoon. So literally everything has to get done and finished by end of today. Technically we can throw some stuff in like on Monday, but it's super like no. Nothing new, obviously. If there's like bugs or whatever that are discovered over the weekend, then obviously we need to fix those, but it's just been a lot of cleanup and optimization and problem solving and just so mentally exhausting for a thing where I've been there for almost 3 years now and still annoyed that my position is not an animation position. There's animation involved. I do animation there, but Jesus Christ, is my job so much more complicated than that, and I am tired. But I have been distracting myself or fulfilling myself outside of work hours by going to the movies a bunch. For starters, obviously Monday, we had the Kirby's Adventure play over on Valeno's channel, which still haven't finished that game, and it's probably going to be a little bit of a delay before we get to it again. We checked in earlier, and he has one busy week coming up. It turns out there's this thing called Binopolis. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it, but they're having some sort of like anniversary or something next week, and apparently just a whole bunch of streams and collabs are happening. I wouldn't know anything about it, but on the off shot that maybe you've heard of it, it's one of those. Yeah, so lots of busy stuff going on, but I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be streaming much this week because there have been some movie things going on that I have wanted to go to. So actually, the last 2 nights in a row, as a matter of fact, I went to the movies. One, to check out a movie that I actually hadn't heard of until just a few days ago, called Strange Harvest, which is a mockumentary / found footage type horror thriller. And then last night I went and saw the 4K re-release of Shin Godzilla. And here are my reviews. Strange Harvest is not worth your time. It's boring and cliche, and it doesn't do anything interesting. Shin Godzilla is the best Godzilla movie ever made. Potentially the best kaiju movie ever made, and truly just so fucking awesome to see on the big screen. I love that movie. It's so good, and getting to finally see it like full scale and everything is man, what a good movie. Like it's legitimately fun, and also like legitimately like tense and like scary in a way that Godzilla never really was, with the exception of like the original Godzilla. But other than that, none of the movies ever really treat Godzilla like, they don't ever treat it with like what would be like the realistic reaction to this, right? Like what are the real sort of like logistical concerns? What are the real sort of people who are in positions of power but are stuck by all these like traditional ways of like red tape and legislative nonsense, where everybody needs permission from everybody else to get anything done while their city is being torn apart by a thing that they could have never possibly imagined. How does not shockingly, but like surprisingly so, and with a level of sincerity that you maybe don't expect from the movie, how would Japan react to the possibility of nuclear weapons being used as a solution for yet another problem on Japan's soil? Like the movie has like a surprising amount of gravitas towards that subject in particular in it, as all these different solutions are being thrown around, and it's so well crafted. And especially if you are, you know, a Hideki Anno fan, which I know is a very like loaded thing to be. It is so hard to engage with a lot of his stuff. But I don't know what it is. Like that dude's directing style, like he just zaps his way right into like the pleasure center of my brain with the way that he constructs some of his scenes, especially like obviously like kaiju stuff, like giant monster fight scenes, you know, like say what you will about Evangelion, and there's a lot you can say about Evangelion, but the sense of scale and dread and what the fuck is going on, and honestly, just like straight up cool shit level to the stuff that he does in that play space it's just so good. It's so fucking good. Even if the writing isn't always great, you know, and that's definitely the case in a lot of his stuff, to be honest. But there's nothing like it, you know, and that to me always ends up being, I would rather something be unsuccessful but interesting than successful but bland. You know, like I would rather if everything maybe doesn't connect exactly one-to-one, or if things maybe are a little unclear, but it is presented in a really interesting way, and it is framed in a way where at least you understand like the motivation for like the plot moving in the way that it does, versus something super duper safe that does nothing new and has nothing interesting to say. And that's basically where Strange Harvest happened. just a total like by the numbers type thing. It's funny. I have actually seen 2 movies recently now where the scripts, the dialogue in the scripts are so tropey and like inhuman movie talk, exposition laden nonsense that I've gotten I've gotten really disheartened, because I remain more and more convinced that like scripts are just being run through fucking chat GPT at this point to just strip them of anything interesting or human sounding, because that's basically how I felt about Together as well, with the Dave Franco and Alison Brie body horror. Man, just just so dull and just such unlikable characters, and it never commits. It's so afraid to commit to being anything meaningful or dark or fucked up in a way that it keeps teasing that it's going to. It keeps feeling like it's like okay, this is the moment where it's really gonna lean in on this stuff, and it never fucking does. And so then you're like, okay, well, maybe if they're not going to lean in on the premise side of things with full commitment, maybe they'll at least, lean in really hard on like the human element of this and the connection between these two characters. And they also don't do that. Like they just constantly just write themselves excuses out of anything interesting happening. And it's just so annoying. Alison Brie's character is one of the single most, but for starters, they're both pretty unlikable, but Dave Franco's character is unlikable in the sense that he's, just like he's like this guy like in his mid-30s who wants to be in a band and doesn't really have a lot of like inspiration or motivation to really accomplish much, right? Which is whatever, like that's okay. So that's maybe he's a little like immature or a little naive about life or whatever. But I don't think that alone makes him like outright like unlikable or despicable. Whereas Alison Brie's character is just like incessantly condescending and nagging and putting him down. She's written in a way where like her character, it's truly one of the most like annoying things. And this happens a lot in horror movies, especially, where her character is written to just be mean and dismissive to Dave Franco whenever bad things start happening, because he's the one who experiences most of the symptoms of the core problem in that movie. And she's just, at no point do you believe that they are meant to be together. And I was talking about this in my Discord earlier. I didn't know that the two of them were married in real life. And after learning that, I was even more bewildered by the whole thing, because there is no fucking chemistry at all. And I don't know if that is necessarily their fault or if it is the script's fault, because tonally it's all over the place. It doesn't know if it wants to be a comedy or a dark comedy or a horror movie or a relationship drama. Like it's all over the fucking map. And every time you think it's going to take something seriously, it bails. Like truly every single time, like it constantly ramps up and then bails at the last possible second, over and over and over again. And then when something does actually happen, that's when they decide to put in all like the jokes. So it's this really weird thing where like, oh, like the horror stuff is happening now. Time to do literal whip pans and one-liners and zingers. It's when you consider, the allegations that the kernel of that idea for the script was stolen by somebody who actually pitched that movie, apparently to Alison Brie and Dave Franco, I think that original person actually dodged a bullet. Because woof. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't have a good time. But yeah, whereas like, sorry, you don't have to apologize for not being active in chat. It's Twitch. It's okay. I imagine people will go quiet for a while. I'm not expecting everyone to react to every little thing I say. It'd be nice, but I'm not expecting it. Yeah, meanwhile, Strange Harvest is just really just like amateurish and doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot. Apparently, I found out after the fact that apparently there was like some generative AI horse shit that they threw in there. I guess when it was going around festivals or when it was going around its original premiere. But they have since excised all of that content, so good for them, I guess. It's fucking ultimately it doesn't matter because the movie's not good. it's so uninteresting. It's another one where it's like when you think it's going to, actually no, it does commit to some of like the weirdness and intensity thing that it's going for, but it has the same problem as Together, where tonally you don't understand what the fuck it's supposed to be going for. Like it's sometimes jokey, it's sometimes dark, sometimes there is like some like there are like a couple of like fucked moments in that movie, but then that kind of flies in the face of the conceit of its presentation, because its presentation is that it's like a made for TV true crime documentary, and no true crime documentary would ever air some of the footage that they show, let alone like some of like the gore in it, which whatever, you could probably excuse some of that, you know, as just kind of you know, like on cable or whatever, maybe they would do this. But there are instances that involve fuck it, there are instances that involve like kids, and it's like I guess like to their credit, they don't cut away, but it's also like, yeah, but if this was made to be broadcast, you know, like in the reality of the movie that you're presenting, this would never fucking air. So it's so weird. That is a problem that I have with, as someone who defends like the found footage and mockumentary genre, I find it very interesting. I actually think that it is one of the more interesting ways to tell a story, because when it is stripped of all of the production value and cleanliness of a traditional film, you are left with just like the rawest version of your story, right? Like it has to play out in real time. You have to see the characters naturally have their arcs with each other. You only can learn information as characters learn it. There's no cutaways to some other perspective or whatever, you know, like I find it a very, very interesting, genre. I have a lot of affinity for it. I really enjoy it. However, so many, found footage filmmakers like fundamentally misunderstand the conceit of the framing device, like fundamentally misunderstand the limitations of it. And I think, and I don't know whether it's caused by either not grasping the reality well enough or not trusting what you've written well enough, but the amount of like rules that get broken are really, really annoying. You know, anytime a found footage movie has like music stings in it, what the fuck are you talking about? Why is that in there? Because here's the thing, is one of the things that drives me kind of crazy as a critique of found footage movies, because you can critique them, but you have to critique the right parts of it. The part that you can't critique is well, why would they be filming this? Well, why would you keep filming? It's like, well, you have to just accept that, because if they didn't, there's no movie. It's literally how the movie goes, right? You don't watch a romantic comedy and go, why don't they just break up? They're not good for each other. Because then there's no movie. Like, you understand that like part of the premise, part of the basic framing of how these stories go in this genre is it's going to hit specific beats, and part of that is going to be toxic people being toxic to each other until they eventually make up and everything's all happy at the end of it. You know, like that is like, you can't, you have to put your criticisms in like, you have to compartmentalize them in a way that makes sense for the thing that you are doing. Same thing as when people say, it's like, oh God, the one thing that I can't stand about musicals is, why would you fucking sing? Just say what you're feeling. It's like, that's the point. That is, the whole idea behind that genre, behind that presentation style, is that what they are feeling has to be expressed in far more than just simple words. It has to be expressed through music. It is an extension of their emotional state, right? It is an expression of how they are feeling. It is not as simple as, oh, it's been 3 minutes, time for another song. No, like, it is justified by the tropes of that genre. So start looking at things that way, you know? Like, you have to look at things in, you have to judge like art and by the framing of its medium. And that means like compartmentalizing some of these sorts of critiques, which is why like my issues with Strange Harvest aren't about like, well, why would someone make a documentary about this? That's no, because then people, there's all sorts of fucking true crime nonsense out there, you know, and some of it ends up being really exploitative, and it is, you know, it is kind of one of the grimier parts of our modern society, I feel, where we kind of like, you know, turn like these real human tragedies into entertainment. But whatever, it's a genre that exists, you know. However, my criticisms are with things where it's like, why isn't some of this censored in the way that it would be if I'm to believe that this was a, you know, meant to be broadcast? Why is this acting so wooden? If all these people are supposed to be not actors, and are supposed to be, you know, like cops and neighbors and stuff like that, why is everything that they say so well rehearsed, and so clinically delivered? You know, it's stuff like that. It's stuff that like goes beyond, like, none of that is an inherent criticism of the found footage genre itself. It is criticisms of how this movie is built as a found footage film. And yeah, and again, like in like a true found footage movie, when you have, you know, when you have music happening on top of it, when you have, oh God, when you have like, when you have cuts, like you do like, because obviously like every cut in a found footage movie is a jump cut. But like the ambience doesn't cut with it. So it's like, we're at a party and the camera keeps cutting, but the music stays playing in a straight line, you know, like the music never cuts, the music's never jumbled or anything. It's little things like that break the illusion. You know, the whole thing about movies is that you are trying to present this entirely discrete reality from the one that we live in, you know, and so many people either don't follow those kinds of rules or don't know that those rules even exist in the first place. But those are the things that like make your shit work. You know, it's little tiny touches like that. Can really bring something, it can really bring things together. You know, one of the weirdest things about Strange Harvest's style is all of the interviews are very clearly filmed on a green screen that is where the environment has been replaced to be like some dingy fucking warehouse, like a warehouse basement even. Why that? Why, you know, why is that the setting that this is supposed to be taking place in? Why would you interview these people in this place if you're a film crew, which would have truly terrible acoustics, but boy, is the dialogue audio super crisp and nice. So that doesn't work. Also, at no point, because the whole thing is following a serial killer, right? And the investigation into a serial killer. At no point, the serial killer kills people in their homes and at their jobs. At no point does like a dingy warehouse basement become ever part of that story. So why is this the environment? Like it's just a bunch of random fucking ideas thrown at a screen, and in the hopes that it'll all come together. And it's just this thing where you can just tell that these things just aren't thought through. You can just tell that they were just kind of like, okay, all right, check this box, check this box, check this box, you know, and then there's just like weird mistakes in it. You know, I saw somebody pointed out that because the whole thing takes place in like the mid to late 90s, and then I think the latest thing that happens in there is supposed to be like in 2011 or something like that. But when they do shots of like the neighborhoods and stuff like that, the cars are not right for the period of time that they're in. You know, like there are 2011 and 2012 cars in shots from the 90s. You know, a lot of very like sleek sedans that truly didn't exist at the time. There's another point a lot later on where there's straight up a green screen glitch. There is a compositing glitch that they ended up leaving in the movie, where one of the people giving an interview like gestures with her arm, and as she gestures with her arm, you can literally see the shadow of her arm on where the green screen next to her ends. Or not ends, but where the shadow was cast on it, and they didn't like correctly key that part, which is hilarious because the shadow is so far away from her arm that they could have easily just like masked it out. They didn't even need to key it. They could have just masked it all together, and it wouldn't have interfered at all with her arm. So it's just a lot of like weird little like careless stuff like that on top of a script that just doesn't have anything interesting to say. So. Needless to say, after two big whiffs, it was nice to sit down at Godzilla last night, a movie that I already know I like, and totally works. Like it totally works. I think some people may find it a difficult watch, insofar as it does move at a breakneck speed. It is edited very, very quickly. Things happen very fast, even though things in the plot happen fairly slowly. The actual like intercuts as all these characters are having all these different conversations and meetings and everything, that stuff is all cut very, very quickly. But it works really well because it's just a bunch of people trying to solve a problem together. Right. So all the air has been taken out. It is just people presenting information, presenting hypothesis, responding to hypothesis. There's a really wonderful scene in that movie about halfway through or so where like 90% of the movie takes place with people sitting around tables, like truly. But during one of them, it is the special research team that's been put together for basically they're not connected to military. They're not even really connected to government. They are government contracted, but they're acting as their own independent agency of researchers and biologists and all these different people from all these different scientific backgrounds. Basically given charge. So it was like, you guys do the research, you guys figure out how we're going to stop this thing that doesn't involve nuclear weapons, basically. And there's a point, like I said, there's a point around halfway through, maybe a little over halfway through, where they're having a conversation where they've hit like this impasse. Because I won't go into all the like one of the really fun things about Shin Godzilla is learning about how Godzilla works in that movie. So I won't lean into any of that if you haven't seen it yet. But they basically hit a wall where they are now so confused as to how they're supposed to move forward with how do we stop this thing, that they just start kind of going rapid fire around the table of just kind of like, well, this thing, and that doesn't work. Cut to the next guy. This thing, but that's not going to work. Cut to the next guy, cut to the next guy, cut to the next person. But it's filmed in a way where someone speaks and then we cut to the person responding to them. But the person who just spoke is in the foreground while the person responding is in the background. So it's like framed like this is like the back of the person's head who just spoke while we're seeing this person like respond over here. Then after this person talks, we switch and now we're seeing the like this person is like this way and now we're seeing this, and it's like framed in all these different ways where every time someone speaks, it is the previous speaker is framed in the foreground to create kind of like all these different like frame shapes that like perfectly highlight each person's face as they are delivering their information. And it's such like a small thing on paper, but what it ends up doing is that it communicates visually how the conversation is bouncing around this table. Because traditionally, not to get like really in the weeds about this, but you'd have like the rule of 180 about when you do, you know, like over the shoulder conversation, cutbacks and forths. Like you're not supposed to, basically, you don't want to go more than 180 degrees parallel parallel to the speakers, because they will switch positions visually in the camera frame and it suddenly looks like they move to other sides of the room and you can't keep track of what the hell's going on. When people are sitting or in a table, like people are sitting in a circle around a table, that can be very tricky to film around because you have to then like establish that for every possible pairing of people. This gets around that limitation where by putting the previous speaker in the foreground at all these different crazy angles and out of focus, it doesn't matter if we're kind of jumping perspectives, because we are told visually that we are seeing the perspective of the person who just spoke now looking at the person who is responding to what they just said. It's little shit like that. That's in a Godzilla movie, you know, but it's little touches like that. It's little things like that that really like are so important to like the art of filmmaking, you know, like it's not as simple as point camera at thing, you know. So many people think that you can just point camera at thing and that's enough, you know. And it's not. Like, there's so much more to it than that. It is so much more than simply just here's a wide shot showing you everything. Look at all of it go, you know. And that's not to say that that is an invalid way of showing that information. But if the information, every shot in a movie should be imparting information to the audience in the most meaningful way. Sometimes that can mean a wide shot where you're kind of seeing a bunch of activity going, but there's something really important happening over here in the corner, and if you're not looking at it, you might miss it. That's not necessarily the wrong way to film that, because it could be as part of like the larger like theme and tone of what what your story is doing. You are showing how, in the grand scheme of the world, how like unimportant and missable this thing over here might be, right? But also, if you just film, but you earn that through the rest of your story. You earn that through the rest of your detail work and the rest of your information. That does not work if you're just pointing a camera at a thing and it's just kind of like, well, we couldn't get any closer because, you know, whatever reason. So we decided to just film it wide, you know, like, fuck off. Like, like do it better. Like, do it better. Think about why you are filming things the way that you are. The same thing. But it's also like why the opposite doesn't always work either, you know, like, which is, I think it's like some of the later Bourne movies, I think, were like infamous for, you couldn't see what the fuck was going on in any of the fight choreo because the camera was so goddamn close and shaky and moving all over the place that you literally could not see what was happening. And that is going too far in the other direction of trying to really put the audience in the fight. But even in a fight, you do every now and again, not that I've ever been in a fight, but I imagine that while you're in a fight, you can probably take in some information. You know, there's probably some things that you can piece together. It's not just all a meaningless blur, just a huge fucking mess. And even, again, like it all comes down to like the story you're trying to tell, the perspective that you're trying to tell that story from, and the overall like tone that you are going for with all that. Like, all of that needs to speak, all of that should translate directly into meaningful, deliberate choices with your camera. And yeah, my hope, my hope is that as all these different filmmakers, because both Strange Harvest, I don't actually know how much experience they have, but I'm assuming not a whole hell of a lot. And Together was, I think, a debut directorial for that director. My hope is that they will, obviously like continue to grow and evolve in their craft, and will get better about these kinds of things, because I do see the potential in both of them. I just hate to see it squandered. I want people to make good shit, and it's definitely lacking in those. But Shin Godzilla is really good. I love it. And I'm not done with the movie trips, because it is the 35th anniversary of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So that is actually playing right now in theaters, and in a couple for the next couple of days. So I'm looking to go see that on Sunday with a friend, who, funnily enough, reached out to me as the lights were going out in the theater when I was seeing Godzilla last night. And so when I responded, because he was like, we should get together and hang out and, let's go do a thing together. So I was like, how much nostalgia do you have for the original TMNT movie? And he was like, I love those movies, even the third one where they do the time travel bullshit. I was like, well, I have great news. So hopefully we're not sure. Here, ultimately, I'm going to go see it on Sunday. I'm going to go. If he's with me, awesome. If not, I'm still going. I was actually going to go tonight, but because he reached out, it was like, oh, well, if you want to go do this, then let's figure out, a time that we can do this together. So now you guys get me instead. You're welcome. So I'm doing that Sunday, and then Tuesday, I'm gonna go check out the Riff Tracks live of Time Cop. I love Riff Tracks. I love MST3K. And the live shows are always super fucking fun. It technically happened last night. But they always do they always do 2 nights worth of showings of it. So I'm doing that Tuesday. So lots of time at the theater, lots of pretzel bites, lots of bunch of crunch, lots of very unhealthy eating for somebody who has been, really working on that for the last 2 months. I don't know if this is weird to talk about or mention, but I am officially down more than 30 pounds since June, which is crazy. I feel really good. I feel great, and there's obviously there's still more to go. But I definitely hit a plateau there for about a week and a half or so, where it's just kind of why isn't the scale moving? Why isn't it moving? Why isn't it moving? And then I think finally my body kicked over into just kind of oh, nope, I think this is actually how many calories we're gonna get on a regular basis now. And started moving again. It is very much trust the process. But yeah, I am actually back down to where I was when I started streaming 2 years ago. Which obviously I'm proud of, and not to get into all the health stuff and everything that I've been going through, but that stuff happening definitely was kind of the kick in the pants to take this more seriously and try to fucking take care of myself. Cause yeah, it has been a harrowing couple of months, let's say. And I think the unfortunate thing is that I have done, if not permanent, at least semi-permanent damage to a few things, and I really don't want that to get worse, because it felt bad. It turns out feeling bad feels bad. Who knew? Yeah, I have 2 more movies to see, and I gotta get snacks when you go see the movies. It's required. You gotta. But otherwise, I am doing very well. It is just funny how suddenly all these things all came out at the same time that I wanted to go see. It's just kind of all right, great, I'm gonna just go spend a lot of time at the movies. But I for what it's worth, I've only been drinking water. Even when I go to the movies, I have gone so cold turkey on drinking calories. The first time I was literally today was the first time that I've had anything that other than water to drink. And it was because some coworkers ended up with an extra blended ice mocha from a coffee shop that they went to. I guess they mistakenly made it in the order, and they were like, oh, you guys can just keep it. So they brought it, no one else would claim it. So it was just like, fuck it. All right, I'll take it, so you guys don't have to throw it away at least. But that's it. Otherwise, I haven't really been drinking my calories, which I was for a hot minute. So, watching them where I can, making them count where I can. Because I want to be able to do this for longer. I'd like to be able to keep going, if that's okay. And I'll tell you what, it turns out when you eat more than just total garbage all the time, you stop having heartburn basically every day, and you stop randomly passing out on your couch after work. It has happened still a couple of times. I think I just have that thing where after you eat, it's just gonna like I definitely have that. I've had that kind of forever. But it turns out that it happens a little less frequently if you treat yourself better. So my recommendation is treat yourself a little bit better. Here's what I'll say, because I'm still like in like the middle, not even the middle. I'm still at the beginning of this process and this journey, right? And obviously it's going to have its ups and downs, and there's going to be more plateaus, and there will be those moments of weakness, and like those are all going to happen. And a thing that I find really annoying and disheartening, and honestly I feel it's kind of like condescending a lot of times, are a lot of what I think most people are well wishing about it, and I think most people do have good intentions when they talk about like health and weight and nutrition and stuff like that. But I think so much of it comes from this very like removed perspective, and not that I am an advocate for you need to consider every single point of view whenever you're expressing something. I don't actually believe that. I think you should express yourself the way you want to, and then learn maybe better ways to go about it depending on how people respond or whatever. You learn, you grow, you adapt, you evolve. I don't think that you should blanketly like try to like always police every single thing that you say. At the end, like at some point you have to be honest. Just hopefully you're just not a piece of shit when you do it. But I think, like so often, it's you will hear, it's just kind of like, look, like you just got to do it. Like you just got to take it seriously. You just got to do it. It's like, just do anything. Like just do, like, even if it's just like small steps, just like do these things. And none of that is necessarily bad advice, but I think it is very difficult to listen to and take to heart, because and listen, I'm aware that I do not think the same way that other people think. That has been made abundantly clear multiple times in my life. But that is very difficult. It is very difficult for me to see like that far into the future and with that level of like abstraction about a goal, right? If things are not lined up in the right sequence of steps, if they are not put together in a way where it makes sense, if my emotional state or whatever is in some wacky configuration for that day or that week or whatever, like all of that, what it all ends up just sounding like is it's like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're bad, you're lazy, you're wrong, you're bad. Even if those aren't the words being said, it can be, I feel like it can be very easy to interpret things that way. Because the thing of it is like, well, I wouldn't be looking up this information in the first place if there wasn't some part of me that wanted to take this to heart and wanted to be better about this. So I don't need like the constant like affirmations and these kind of like I want realism, like I want realistic information and expectations, and I don't want things, fluffed up with a bunch of like cliched optimism. It's like, it's going to get hard, but you just got to see it through. You just got to push through it. It's like, those words mean nothing. What does it mean to push through a moment of weakness? Like literally, like define what that means, because I feel like for a lot of people, they maybe hear that and maybe it's just assumed information and they just know what that means. But something, that I've always believed, and you know, as the years have gone on, like believe even more, is that no one can ever properly identify with anyone else's experience other than their own, right? Like, you can empathize with people, you can try self-care. What is that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, self-care. What the fuck does self-care means? Self-care for me is going to the Pinball Hall of Fame after a really stressful week at work. Yeah, that's self-care for me. You know, self-care, honestly, streaming is self-care in a lot of instances. You know, it's this nebulous term where if you really define it, self-care means do the things you enjoy. Thanks. Great advice. You know, like, why do I have to pay you $50 a month to tell me that it's like life is just better when you're happy? It's just like, fuck off. Like that's so, it's so unhelpful, you know. And again, it's because you're not giving that advice from the perspective of someone living through a thing. I can't with toxic positivity. It makes me angry. Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's why I am atrocious with small talk. Like truly bad with small talk. The how was your weekend? Do you have any plans? You know, anything exciting coming up that you're going to be doing? Like it doesn't, I'm terrible at it. You know, I want to speak in specifics, and I want to talk about things that are relevant to me or at least interesting beyond just like these kind of like surface level interactions that we all just seem to have out of some sort of, I don't even think it's societal pressure. I think a lot of people are just wired to just want to make noise sometimes, you know. It's just kind of like, oh, another person is in the room, how was your day? And it's fucking, I'm just filling up my water. I'm getting a refill. I'm grabbing a snack cheese from the company fridge, you know. This does not need to be a full conversation scenario. It's why, you know, like I feel like, you know, I definitely do the thing where if someone presents me with information, my response is to like respond with, oh, I also have an experience with this thing. Let me tell you about the thing that I did that is related to the thing that you just told me about. Not because it's like I want to talk about me, because it's just kind of like, oh, this is the way that I understand like how to relate to this, because it's a thing that I know about. So instead of asking like 50 follow-up questions to the thing you just told me, it's just kind of like, oh, you know what? I had a similar experience like this. This is the thing that we have in common now. Great. We can now move on with our lives, having learned a little bit about each other. You know, like that is how I go about my relationships. There are very, very, very few people that I ever do what I would consider like meaningless pleasantries, you know, like even with my friends, you know, like with my close friends, like my IRL friends, we really don't do the kind of like, well, it's been a while, so how have you been? Well, how have you been? We really don't do that, you know, like we kind of just like pick up immediately with whatever thing we're doing right now, you know. Usually when so what have you been up to, you know, when that happens, it happens an hour into the conversation when there's a lull. like that's when it happens, because we kind of realize it's like, oh, I think we've ran out of things to talk about that were relevant to why we're all together in this moment. All right, time to go back to like default behavior mode. You know. But then that will always, you know, 9 times out of 10, that will then spill out into another conversation that is more related to one of those specifics, and then spills out into even, you know, More tangents, more tangents, more tangents, more tangents, more tangents. All of this should be extremely evident if you have spent any time watching my streams. If you've been sitting here, you know, for literally the last hour going like what the hell, how do we go from talking about movies to now the way that we communicate with our friends? Because this is how it goes. This is how my brain just wants to just like follow the thing that is specific and relevant. If you need an enabler, I'm here, or someone to crack a whip, I'm also here. Honestly, I need both. Like truly, like I need both. I need someone to not only like introduce new topics for me to go off about, but I also need someone to remind me to stay on track while I'm going off on those topics. So I guess let's get to the topic. The tangents are so good. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason I am as rambly and yappy as I am. Because we do end up talking about things that I actually do like care about and have feelings about here. I'm nowhere near as talkative like this in my regular day-to-day, you know. Certainly not at work. Like at work, like I am, you know, I'm the funny one, as is my curse. To go through every part of my life is to be the funny guy in a professional setting. I know, truly unbelievable. But man, when you're surrounded by people who are so not funny and find everything you say hilarious, God, again, like enabling, right? Not to mention, I think I've said this on stream too, but like one of the earliest lessons I learned in school was if you can make the teacher laugh, you can get away with anything. It's one thing to get the other students to laugh. That's easy. It's getting the teacher to laugh. That is the power. That is where power comes. What did you get away with? So here's the other thing is that I am ultimately, I think, a rules follower, and I want to. I'm a rules follower with rules that I understand and agree with, right? If there are rules that I don't understand, or if I don't think actually have a lot of merit to them, then not only will I try to actively not really obey those rules, it goes even a step further where I will apathetically like forget about them. Like I really truly do. If a rule doesn't make sense, then why follow it, I guess. But my best example of this is when I was a junior in high school. Sophomore in high school. In my English class had 6 tables, with 5 or 6 students at each table. And over the course of the first half of the year, my English teacher had moved me to every one of those tables, because I would not shut the fuck up with my classmates. No matter who she sat me with, I would always have bits. I would always have jokes. I would always. So starting at the second half of the year, with no other tables for me to sit at, she gave me a desk at the front of the class next to her desk, in what was supposed to be a disciplinary measure. What it made me was her tag team assistant, and I was like her Ed McMahon. I was like I was her Kevin Eubanks. I was the sidekick. Conan O'Brien, and I was her Andy Richter. You know, like I became, she basically put me in front of the entire class as an audience. So now, rather than firing off my little one-liners and quips to just the 4 or 5 people at the table with me, I was now doing them from the front of the classroom while she was giving her lectures. It was, oh God, it was truly wonderful. It's one of my most cherished memories. I love this is apparently annoying you. It ended up being this thing because, again, because the thing was like I wasn't rude. I was disruptive for sure, right? But I wasn't mean. And importantly, I was never not taking the class seriously. I took the class. I actually took like English and literature, you know, were the classes that I ended up really taking seriously. I write in full sentences with full punctuation in all text formats. So Discord, text messages, all of it. I use proper punctuation on everything. I am always checking my grammar. I'm always checking my spelling. I'm always doing, like, I have always taken that seriously. So I took the class very seriously. I got very good grades. I had good grades really all through school, with a few notable exceptions. But we won't get into those at this moment. But I always excelled as a student. You know, like I always did really well. I just can't shut off the funny valve, you know, or I couldn't at the time. I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know how to, I guess, like, conduct myself in certain situations, but again, can I in the present? Yes. Yes, I can. Mostly. Mostly. Well, so here's the thing is, and I really need to be careful about it. I end up being really cognizant of it because what happens now is that if I find myself like in like an unpleasant situation, or I am just bored out of my mind with something or whatever, what happens is that the goofy comedy comes out as snark. It comes out as snark, and it comes out as as snarkasm. It comes out as sarcasm. And that is a very dangerous, it can be a dangerous field to play in. Yeah, snarkasm. I mean, honestly, I think snarkasm does kind of describe how it is because, well, you guys have seen, you know, you see this especially when I'm collabing with Volano, you know, like, I feel like kind of like a trademark thing for me is the kind of like the the fake mad sort of thing where I will have a way over the top reaction to very innocuous information. It's the kind of thing that I don't know, I find funny. There's something hilarious to me about someone reacting at an 11 to 3 level news. Something about just that immediate heightening is just funny to me. It's why it's the same premise, or the same principle that I've talked about before, where there are fewer punchlines to me than and then the other character pulls out a gun and shoots him. There is something about like that extreme level of response to something. It just really fucking works on me. But so even like my snarkiest responses to things are still like you know like in a coating of goofy and sarcasm and you know and playfulness, I suppose, in some way, shape, or form. The problem though is that that particular version of it only ever comes out around people who are unresponsive to the other kind. And in positions where they are not going to understand it, right? So when I find myself, and I guess it's worth saying, you know, like there are very, very, very few people with whom I interact where that is the case. But I think ultimately what ends up happening is that I very much mirror the people that I am with. I kind of I think my default setting is to let the other person set the tone, right? So if someone else is being like very serious and very direct and very straightforward, I will also be very serious and very direct and very straightforward. And I will turn off the joke juice, and we'll, you know, like get down to business. In a way, I think there is a performative aspect to it because this is more my default setting as far as like my general energy and stuff goes, conversationally, you know, and I've talked before, like even this is like heightened for the sake of streaming, but it is far more like the real me than like, you know, than like my job gets or certain family members might get. It is so I really navigate by kind of other people's energy, right? So if other people are receptive to more goofy nonsense, if they're more easygoing, if they tend to laugh easily or whatever, then I'll lean into that because I will feel safe being more of my natural self in those settings. But when it's the opposite and it's just kind of like when it's like someone is either very serious or not very interesting or not very funny on their own, then I find it very difficult to engage at the level that I would with other people, and just kind of keep it as by the numbers and I think as short and sweet as possible. Fucking Jesus Christ. I've got to get rid of these redeems. Fuck you for that. God. Oh, Jesus. I felt my I felt my soul take a Polaroid. Oh, God. Rename it heart attack. Yeah, I mean, honestly. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah. So when that happens, you know, like this is how I engage now. Where now it's just kind of like, all right, fine. You don't hear me talk, now let's play video games. We actually should play video games. The whole point of this was actually to play a video game. So we should probably get into it. Yeah. So a game you can do both at the same time. I believe in you. We'll see. So tonight will not be a retro stream. It's funny, we haven't actually done a retro stream, I think, in like 2.5 weeks. Whatever. Who cares? Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Games are games. But the sequel to Supraland just released to early access, called Supraworld. Apparently it is only the first act of the game. I believe it's supposed to be 4 acts long altogether. If you are not familiar with Supraland, it is it's like a 3D platformer Metroidvania. It is a game where you run around a sandbox. It's one of these kind of like, you're a bunch of toys that, you know, live in a sandbox type of thing. But you unlock literally everything as far as how your character can move and behave. So you unlock jumping, you unlock weapons, you unlock upgrades for your weapons, you unlock the ability to carry things, you unlock the ability to carry heavier things. It is a constant buying new upgrades. You can do more stuff, so then you can go buy more upgrades with. It is a great little feedback loop. It has really fun puzzles. It is a very small team, and it has like a certain level of jank to it, where you can see some of the seams, but not so much where anything is outright broken or busted. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You are so free to move around the environment once you are fully upgraded on things, that you kind of can like get pseudo stuck in some places. Not permanently stuck. There's kind of always a way to like wiggle your way out of a place that maybe you weren't supposed to go to. But it starts feeling very like confined and on rails, and then really opens up to, oh, I can just kind of go anywhere, including like on top of these walls that used to separate these areas. Now I can just jump over them. There's definitely some frustrating parts to it. There are some like really obscure like puzzle solutions and everything, but nothing that really like breaks out of what could be considered, you know, a decent level of logic puzzling. I just really like the game. I apparently, I was looking earlier, I have just shy of 80 hours in the first game somehow. I think it's a combination of because they released that game and some DLC for it, and I played through both of those. I think I've played through the main game at least 3 times and the DLC probably twice. It's actually a very fun thing in the background game. I've talked before how I play most games with like a stream or a YouTube video or whatever on my second monitor. Supraland's great for that, because you're just kind of wandering around, solving puzzles, grabbing new stuff to solve other puzzles with. And then they released kind of a pseudo, like a quasi sequel called 6 Inches Under, Supraland 6 Inches Under, which was originally, I believe, was originally supposed to be DLC for the first game, but ended up being so big that they just released it as its own standalone product. Not big enough to be a full-blown sequel, but enough new stuff that warranted kind of making it its own standalone expansion, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. I do think that original Supraland is more interesting than 6 Inches Under. 6 Inches Under is still a lot of fun, but the kind of like all the surprise that's in the first Supraland, I don't think gets matched in 1.5, if you want to call it. Excuse me. All that talking. So now we find ourselves with Supraworld, which is the full-blown sequel, and it has been in development for a number of years now, as a matter of fact. I don't know exactly when it started, but it was a while ago. I'm on the Steam page for, let's see, because I think they announced it on the original games. Oh yeah, it's been in development since at least 2021. So they've been going at it for a while. It's one of the few games where I would actually pick it up on early access. But because I am such a fan of the first two, I definitely want to play more of this, and I want to see what other fun stuff they're doing. So I played roughly a minute of this before stream to get it up and going. So unfortunately, I do know the first joke that happens. But other than that, this is going to be completely fresh, and we'll just wander around and play it for a while. So first things first. Let's get that going. Excellent. And yeah, let's get this launched. We'll say goodbye to the tunes and hello to Supraworld, out now. Okay, we're good. I think I need to revisit my my scene transition animation. I think it's bogging down the system every time it plays. It shouldn't. It's not that complicated of an animation, but the problem is that not to immediately get into a bunch of technical stuff, but it's a video file with transparency on it, and there are only a handful of video codecs where you can do that. And all of them take up a shit ton of room. I guess the way to go about it is I could actually put it on a green background and then key it. Why am I talking about this? This fucking video game is happening. See, this is where a whip crack would be useful. All right. So we're just gonna start new game. Here we go. Thank you, Hydrate. All right. So this is the thing that I did get spoiled on because I wanted to check how the game runs. But you can spend a decent amount of time in here making this guy. I'm not sure what to make of the legs going all the way up into the legs. This is how they're made. This is what they look like. So you got a number of options here. That guy looks like a real scumbag. So let's roll with that. Wow, you look boring. Get up. So we don't play as that guy. We play as this guy. Immediately, great joke. That's the thing, is the sense of humor in these games is pretty good also. So I currently cannot move. I can only look around. But if I go in here, I can unlock walking. There we go. Therein is the basic premise of how the Supra games work. So you can see there's a Game Boy cartridge over there, which obviously got my attention. But yeah, so we're a little toy guy living in a little toy world. All right. Key. Was on Windows. This so the first two games have kind of have this same look about them, but they've really done like changes to like the lighting engine here. This looks really nice. Aha, knock that over. Let's let some light in. Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be light puzzles. I mean, there's going to be light puzzles, but also light puzzles. Let's go throw that at the lock over there. Nice. All right. Thank you. Oh, look at this guy's face. The fuck is all that? Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on out there? Apparently walkthroughs weren't allowed. They take the fun out of it, blah blah. Go make the guild proud, young solver. Indeed I will. Oh, it's the dude we made. You're in another castle, I'd save you any day. Gross. Good luck with the exam then. It's not puzzling too early today. Perfect weather for the finals. I need to do your annual reading speed checkup. Talk to me when you're ready. Oh, annual reading speed checkup. Got it. Great. Now when you finish reading the sentence, talk to me again. We're halfway done now. Very exciting. Talk to me again. This speech will determine how long you see speech bubbles. It's not a speed challenge. It's about finding a speed that feels comfortable for you. Talk to me one last time. Okay, I've set up your reading speed. If text still goes too fast or slow, head to the options menu. Talk to me again. I wonder if that's legitimate. Some better pickup lines than the one you hear on Tinder. I doubt that would work on anybody. Oh, I'm not strong enough to move that switch. So, Mom, what does Dad need anyway? No, you can't romance me. Oh. Wait, you didn't let me use my line though. I'd like to bring some chaos to your emeralds. All right, I'll go. Oh no, sweetie, look here. Look, here's the second contender for the exam. All right, we got buttons, we got switches. How the hell did you make it into the finals without even a jump ability? Oh yeah, so I can't, literally can't jump. The master solver's right there. I'm gonna ace this exam, easy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi. Get out. My son is waiting for you. Hello. We're live outside the Solvers Guild. We need a new puzzle solver. Oh, Jesus. Urgently. Whoever beats today's challenge first will win the title. Our finalists are our hero, the player of this game. And that's me. How long is this cutscene, by the way? And this random NPC. Yay! Even the queen and princess of the room are here. Want help with the trials, master? I do. Stand on that big X, please. Why is there no skip button? Apprentices, the subject of your final exam is Oh no, it's gonna be rescue the princess. Oh no! Jesus Christ. She did the superhero land. Wow, literally rescue the princess. All right. Supraworld uses lazy princess. All right, we need, if that's an actual speech, we need to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there are a few things that they haven't actually implemented. All right, so speech bubble speed. So all that I guess was not real. There is, I do like this. There's an option for licensed music. The game does not contain any licensed music. They're all originals. This option is only here to give you some ease of mind if you need it. So again, a decent joke. All right. All these chili. Oh, bro's schmoovin'. All right, let's get some money. All right, we have 3 cents. The first upgrade is on the house. Great. Egg opener, stationary machine that opens eggs. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yellow eggs, bring them here. Oh, okay, so when they say eggs, okay, so they're talking about these capsules. All right. Oh, it was, okay, it was like these thunderclouds were what we're doing. Okay. Hi. Oh, okay, sorry. So the first game was very much a kind of like, hey, there is exactly enough money that you can find to get the early upgrades that you need. So I'm imagining this is probably going to be similar, where we should grab literally every single thing that we can find, at least to start with. I love the look of this. This is really cool. Okay, so yeah, so this is now set like in a room. Like I said, the first game was like set like in like a backyard. That's a great sound effect for that. It's gonna blow us. Yeah. All right. Hey, fuck. I don't need you commenting on every little thing I do, man. Did you find yellow eggs? They contain powerful abilities. Okay. So, all right. So all right. So we gotta find a capsule. Can't get to that yet. The hero who couldn't jump high enough. Subtle. I like how they programmed this dude to just kind of always be near you, being an asshole. Oh. All right, great. Look at us kind of solving a puzzle. Can you do anything with this gum? No. Got a floppy disk. Jesus. The most unrealistic thing in this game so far. Like, who the fuck still has a floppy disk in their possession? Oh, what's up with this guy? Hang on. Money first, then talk. Can you unpuzzle my door? The cloud locked it and put that green cable there. All right. Well, let's investigate. We're not gonna be strong enough to flip this switch. Fucking goddamn it! Oh, we are strong enough. Great. Oh, hi, Max. I was so prepared for that to be Viria again. Oh, there we go. Aha! Yeah. Yes. Ability egg. I'm gonna keep. I love the way that this looks. It's so pretty. There's a great sense of scale to everything too. That really wasn't in the in the first game. Oh no, we got to put it in this. There we go. Is this dickhead gonna steal the first thing that's in here? All right, we've unlocked Solver's Handbook page. The one scroll every adventurer regrets ignoring. When you're stuck, come read these. All clouds have an unsolved puzzle underneath. Oh, okay. That's a cool way to kind of like mark things like in universe without just putting a bunch of like literal like pointers on the screen. Just look for a cloud. Am I sitting like I am sitting super low in the frame. God damn it. I actually adjusted this before stream started and then was like, well, that looks too low. But then I always forget that when I actually start playing the game, I do like sync, like I get comfortable. So I sync lower in my chair. So I'll just let you guys just see me adjust this in real time. This is always fun, right? When a streamer adjust things live on stream. Can't see my fingers. Can't see my fingers. All right, great. All right. There, now when I sit comfortably, it still looks like I'm at full attention, even though I'm slouching like hell. The cloud over my house puzzled it up really good. I'm locked out. It appeared and puzzled my door. Not to worry, as soon as I learn how to jump, I will be back to help you. Grab some of these other coins. Whoa. Every single person responding to me walking into trash. Can't get back home. The puzzle cloud blocked the way with trash. Want to race me for coins? This is the goal. Well, I can't run yet. Okay, yeah, so he's super gonna win. Amazing. All right, can't do any of this yet. I just realized like the ground we're on is like, it's like felt, but like over top. Like I love like how it's like bumpy, like it's on top of like other shit in the room. Well, you obviously need a key. Damn cloud put a lock on my door. Appeared and open and puzzle my front door. All right, well, we can find the key for that, I'm sure. Nope. All right, can't do nothing there. Can't do nothing there. Not a lot of options for what we can do so far. That's a giant weight. Yeah, that ain't gonna go. Whoops. Excuse me. What? Jesus Christ. So far, the only thing that I can do is walk and look at this thing that tells me to look at the clouds. Oh, we didn't finish in, searching all this side of things, did we? More moolah. Aha. Things. Okay, egg in there. Matchbox. More games that have some sort of strange goo on them. I don't care to investigate that any more than I need to. You always want kids to have a sad Christmas. I'll keep making health pickups in my factory no matter what. Down with sugar, it makes me fat. And sugar, only noobs need health pickups. Okay. Random APC just joined the sugar protest, so the solver is really impartial. I didn't do... Oh my god. I did nothing of the sort. I said nothing. What this do? Okay, so literally connects. Great. Actually had connects as a kid. I was just as bad with them as I was with Legos. My brother was the Lego kid. Like he made stuff all the time. He could follow guides. He could build his own unique things. I have this very strange thing about me. I think I've talked about this before on stream too. I can't think in 3D. If that makes any sense at all. Like I can't build something in 3D. I can only, when I'm trying to if I'm trying to draw something or make something or whatever, I can only create it in like its flattest version of it. Right? Like depth and rotation and all that stuff like does not translate from my brain onto paper or into my work. And so when it came to things like Legos and Connects, like literally like I would just put like Connects pieces together, but I couldn't fathom how to not do them all like on the same plane. Like, which sounds crazy, I'm sure. But it's like a weird mental block that I have. I had it as a kid, and I think I still have it to this day. I think it's why I like doing motion graphics work as much as I do, because ultimately it all exists on a flat plane, I guess. So it makes sense to me. But I think it's also one of the reasons why I really can't draw very well at all, because just like perspective and all that stuff, it's just not how my brain sees things. Also, we lost like music went away. The music went away when we clicked off of the game. I wonder if that's a bug where now music won't happen until like the next. Can we push this? We can't. There we go. Oh, they didn't make labels for the rest of these games. All right, so we have access to another egg. There's no way Superland could have released on the Game Boy. I'll tell you that straight up. I'm all for whimsy, but let's be realistic about it, huh? Now that we know that, can we push other matchboxes? Yeah. Let's push that and see what happens. Oh, shit. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Wait, I know. Do this. And then shove that in here. Come on now. You can do it. There we go. Push that over. And ta-da. Man, people really are into puzzle solving around here. Oh my god, we can jump! Joint upward movement propulsion. Quickly extend legs to defy gravity for a short moment. There we go. Now it's a video game. Well, it will be once we learn how to run, then it'll really be a video game. Whoa! Whoa! The fuck? The hell was over there? Hang on. Oh, there's razor blades here. Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. All right. God. Well, let's not go that way again. Okay, where are some places we can get to by jumping now? Let's see. Can we get over this? Yeah, we can. Da, 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 da. I mean, the validation is really working on me. I do respond to applause. I do theater. Got a cloud screwing with my house. Curious how you deal with it, Solver Man. Well, all right. This will eventually do something, I'm sure. Oh, is that turning? It's turning that. Okay, but this is not currently connect. Okay, that's on there. Okay, I think we're missing a piece that this should be connected to, though. Okay. Okay, let's go back over to this place where we knocked over the floppy disk. Probably worth exploring that because they very specifically call out the fact that we couldn't jump up there. Is there anything that we can do here either? Okay. This is broken. I think that's maybe an entrance back there. That was very much the case in the first game where and the DLC and the sequel where it was nope, still not enough. Damn it. The like you were like it's all about like observing, like you really need to like pay attention kind of to the entire environment, because there will be like itsy bitsy little places you can crawl into. Ridiculous cloud stuff. My house is all weird now and I can't get in. Oh, here we go. Making sure you don't start guessing. Only I know the number. I'm not letting anyone know. Okay. All right. You keep your secrets, asshole. Is it written on his back or something? Anything written on you? All right, so we're keeping an eye out for a 4-digit code. Where else can we jump now? Can we like stand on one of these fans and like force it to rotate, or no? Stand on the blades? No, okay. That would have... Surely that would have gone if that was the case. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's rubber. Oh, okay. I'm sure that will be a mechanic sometime later. Oh, we can... Oh, hang on. We can jump in the window. Oh, we can't crouch, though. Shit. Okay, let's go back inside. Maybe there's... Is there stuff we could jump up in here? Not gonna be able to get through that. No, no, no. Oh, god damn it! Oh shit! It didn't swap. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh no! It doesn't work because the other game. Shit! Oh, not mouse and... Oh. No, 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 no. This is gonna be impossible. Oh, I gotta quit out of the other game in order for the controller to work. Okay, all right. That's gonna be playing in the background. Exit game. Progress is saved. Okay, free up the controller. Free up the controller. Free up the controller. The controller doesn't... Why does the controller work? Hang on. Stop. Why is everything crazy all of a sudden? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What happened to this? Why did this break? Oh, shit. Oh, I just quit out of it and I didn't mean to. Fuck. Hang on. Oh, is it because I plugged in the... Okay, so I got... Oh, shit. Hang on. This... It says in the redeem, things can break with that redeem. Guess what? We found it. Hang on. Okay. A thing that I did that I forgot to mention at the beginning of stream, I bought a sensor bar so I can use Wii remotes with my PC now. What I hadn't bet on was the fact that that might affect the like controller count or whatever. So I think the Tetris emulator was looking for like Wii controls. Like I was expecting a Wii controller to do that. Okay, if I launch this, I'm just showing you guys my whole ass desktop, aren't I? Okay. All right, this is not exactly how this is supposed to work, but I'll make good on it. Go from solving a bunch of puzzles to solving now really one puzzle, and that puzzle just being Tetris. If you have not seen this redeem before, the way that it works is simple. Someone spends a bunch of points to force me to immediately play Tetris. I'd have to clear 200 lines in order to beat this mode. And if I fail to do that, which I have not done yet, something will happen, I bet. I'm gonna turn this down ever so much. This is specifically Tetris DS, which with the solo session of Tetris Effect is the best Tetris. It has a bunch of different modes in it, but specifically, this game's marathon mode is my favorite out of all of them. Not only does it control great, but it has this fun little journey through Nintendo history as you get further and further through the rounds. Also, something is going around like line like 150 or so. This stream becomes silent because it starts going so fast by that point that I literally cannot speak and play at the same time. All right, try to play a little less sloppy here. Let's open that up. Why don't we? Bazinga. Try to keep things visually interesting here, you know. I remember when I was in... It wasn't until high school when I actually started getting pretty good at Tetris. And one of the things that really helped, and I really recommend it if you are trying to improve your Tetris game, is quite simply make a bunch of bad moves on purpose, like at the beginning of a game. Just go like 7 or 8 lines high, with weird gaps, with just really like fucked up layouts, and then get your way out of it. It ends up helping like train your brain better in recognizing different like patterns and different like shape opportunities. The only thing that it hasn't done is made me good at T-spins. I to this day I only ever do a T-spin accidentally. I have yet to crack the code on how to set one up. I know what they are in theory. I've seen them done. But to do them on purpose requires a very specific type of setup. And I have yet to be able to wrap my brain around it. I should just do a stream dedicated to learning how to do T-spins. Do a whole Tetris training arc. All right. We're halfway there, and now we're in Zelda time. And now I think it's every 10 lines or so we get a new game. Also, for anyone watching thinking that they have the funniest idea ever, I'm letting you know right now, this redeem is set for 1 time per stream. I made sure of that literally day one. It is far too stressful of a thing to have to do in the middle of literally anything else to do more than once. Boy, people stopped talking about the Switch 2 pretty quick, didn't they? Just realized that as we're listening to Donkey Kong music here. Everyone was super cool about or super hyped up on Bonanza, and then like silence. I do still want to check out that game, but it feels like the conversation around it stopped really fast. For how much people were like into it, like on release. It's like it's like week 2, and already I just realized it's like, man, it's kind of stopped hearing about it. Oh, also, if anyone's doing anything in chat right now, have a fucking field day, because I literally cannot look over. Oh, get over there. All right, fine. Ah, shit. All right, well. Okay, we are at line 153, which means things are gonna start slamming down onto the field pretty much instantaneously. So Tony's gonna go bye-bye with the talk time, and you all just, you know, enjoy the rest of the ride. I will see you guys 40 lines from now. Shit. T-spin. I feel like that shouldn't count as one, but all right. Ten to go. Oh, God. We're going to end this on kind of a sloppy field here, but, you know, sometimes it's just the way Tetris goes. MDK is overrated and they should retire the Muppets. Max, you're fucking banned. How dare you? Oh, God. There you go. There you have it. There's what what the Tetris Now redeem gets you. Thank you very much for that. I now have to get myself back in the mindset of the other game we were playing. we bring that back up again. It's actually been a while since someone has done the Tetris Redeem, so there's part of me that was actually glad to see that happen. All right, back to it. Whoops! Oh, it keeps the. Why did it keep the transition from the previous? Oh, whatever. Who cares? Oh, because it went back to. That's why. Yeah. That'll do it. Okay. All right, perfect. Right where we left off. What the hell were we doing? Okay, we've learned how to jump. You know what? I didn't see this before. One of the benefits of getting interrupted by a completely different video game is sometimes you just come back with a fresh perspective. Chesant. Okay. All right. Okay. I see that they also have the internet. Whoa. Oh. Okay, we can push those even in midair. Nothing else in here actually to do. Can we jump on this? Okay. Jumping on things remains not the solution. Anything over here we have access to now. I think I need to change my mic settings because I think I have my sensitivity too low. Because when I start really thinking, I start getting down to like this register, and then eventually I start saying things like this, and then like it starts cutting out. Like it starts like losing audio information. Oh. Okay, it looks like this is. Can't quite move that out of the way. I can like nudge it, but I thought maybe like pushing against the wall would like kick it out from behind us, but okay. This is, I will say that this is definitely like pretty par for the course. Ooh-wee. Where it's kind of, there's usually like one thing you can do to progress for a while. The first game was definitely like this, where you are like very, very slowly unlocking stuff. Pencil and a cassette tape. A classic. Push a matchbox. Not enough. Oh, hello. Also present. I'm sure I'll remember that that was there 7 hours from now. Can't jump up on that. Can we walk around? Okay. Finding a lot of money, not finding a lot of egg progression. I love the texture on this. Everything looks like so good. Like everything, like it all like looks like the thing. Maybe not the wood so much, but everything. Most things look like the things that they're made of. If that makes sense. Oh, it's a tambourine. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, case in point. Huh. Fuck, where else is there to even go? Actually, hang on. Let's go back over here, because it felt like this whole thing, like with like the spring and everything, like this seems very like deliberate. So we can kind of bounce around. Okay, there's a scroll in there. You have any hints? No. This thing we can push. I'm looking at the seams of the world now. Okay, there's a switch. But we can't do anything with this matchbox though. We can't really push it. Can we push that one up? Oh, I don't think we actually get on top of this one yet. No. Okay. Well, maybe we're not meant to be here. I thought we might, but... I'm not seeing much in the way of options. Okay. All right. Let's abandon this. Oh! Oh! Jeez. No! God damn it. Oh, what if we jump on the switch, on that switch from a height? Fuck. All right, let's do some more exploring. We looked in here. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to the other side, maybe? What's all this then, huh? Oh, God. We don't know how to crouch yet. Can hop up here. Nope. So, okay, we must have already gotten the oh, there was because there was an egg on there originally, right? I think we jump on this nail. Okay. Oh, fuck. I don't know why I could, because I do have a path on top of this building, I think. That wire goes to there. We're gonna grab the coins over here. Oh, but we need a thing to blow on that. Can't jump high enough for there. Oh, this is a guy we haven't talked to. I can see it well in its chocolate shell. Oh, okay. Oh, I think that's the chocolate thing that he's talking about. Egg over there. Okay, we talked to that guy before. Okay. All right, let's go over to the chocolate egg. Why would they put that guy there unless we were very specifically... I just want to play ball. Well, unfortunately, I can't get that for you. turn up the vertical look speed here. I guess it's just all sensitivity up. Oof. Oh, God. Okay, I kind of wish... If they're taking suggestions, separate the sensitivity settings for horizontal and vertical sensitivities, please. Because the horizontal is way, way more finicky. Okay, we can kind of push this. I keep, like, sliding off of it, though. Yep. Oh! Oh, hang on. Push it out. Ah! Ha ha ha! Oh, very clever. Okay. Can we put this in here as is, or do we need to get rid of the chocolate shell first? Okay. Well, I haven't seen, like, fire. Can we just leave it in the sun? I'm guessing there's either something that we can crack this with or melt it. I haven't really seen the option for either of those things, though. Can we push this from under? No, we can't. All right, come with me. What if we stick you in the garbage? No. Oh, hang on. Oh, are these going to kill us? Yeah, those are razor blades. Okay, yeah. We can't lift it at all. All we can do is slide it. So there's got to be something like ground level that would work for this. All right, let's explore around. We can always pick it up later. Still no clue as to what any of this does. That doesn't make anything else rotate. So... God, just listening to this guy just run back and forth driving me fucking crazy. Be useful! Three straws pointing down here. There's a key up there. God, there's so much stuff. Is this thing we can push? Aha! Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, here's an egg we can use right away. Double check all of this. All right. Terrific. Oh, are you serious? Just let me lift it over. Oh, God damn it. Got it. Push. Hello? What the fuck? Oh, do we have to die to retrieve it? I mean, so be it. There's no punishment for death. Okay, but it did reset that. Oh. Oh, it has an auto return. Okay. Can we hold it open with this? There was another exit? Oh, yeah, up there. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I even went up here and looked at this. Thank you. All right. Hopefully the next thing I get is strength or something so I can start flipping switches. Oh, it's run. Okay. Probably just increases your FOV. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We're moving now. Ooh, wee. Okay. So we got some speed. So there was the guy that wanted to race us, but I think he might... Oh, we can do this. That was completely accidental. Look at us. Present. Money. Literally a Minecraft work table. That's it, huh? All that just for some cash? Stupendous. Okay, still no closer to getting the shell cracked on this thing. Let's try racing against the guy, but I think the guy's still going to be faster than us. Yeah. Yeah, dude is super fast. Are we fast enough to get past the wind? We are. There we go. Okay. Nice. All right, we can crouch. Bend knees to reduce tallness. Okay. God, now to try to remember all the places where we wanted to crouch. There was this window up here. Main puzzles are created by purple clouds. Oh, okay. Interesting. So does that mean we can like ignore white cloud? Well, I mean, we shouldn't ignore anything, really. I'm still not going to be fast enough to do whatever this wants us to do. Are we fast enough to shift this thing's position? No. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We were inside the plastic world for a second there. Okay, where else to crouch? Where else to crouch? I'm crouching on the books. Ah. All right. More trash in the way. Another secret. Anything red was created to get your attention. Oh, oh my God. Oh, they're Shyamalan us. We got Sixth Sense. Oh God, now I'm going to see like literally anything red is going to make me be like, oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Okay. I think that's all we can do back there for now. Could we crouch? No, that's pretty thoroughly blocked. Okay. Not an option. Oh, hang on. Not that anyone would ever need to ever know this, but super don't do this. Or if you do this, don't then touch that part that gets exposed. I learned that the hard way in, I think, end of second grade. Because we used to do creative writing. So I had a whole bunch of like short stories that I had written. We had to write stories all the time. We had to write like 3 stories. We had to write like a story a week or something like that. And then, what my teacher would do is then he would have us pick our favorite of those, and then write them out and then fully illustrate them. And then he would actually bind them. He'd actually make, bind. He would punch them and put them in a spiral, for us. And then we would read them out and present them to the class. That was the first teacher. My second grade teacher was the first teacher I had that like really like made me care about school. Like he was incredible. And that had a lot to do with it. But he was also very adamant that we go on field trips all the time, and that we get to do a lot of computer lab time. Like I think he more than any other teacher that I had kind of saw the writing on the wall about that stuff. So he wanted to make sure that we always got in the lab when we were supposed to. He also was a gamer. He and I used to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 a lot. Also, and this is less cool, he and I literally had the same shirt once. I still remember it. It was a button-up shirt, vertical stripes, but the vertical stripes were all like, were all different colors. Right, it was the kind of shirt that you can only buy in the 90s, early 90s. Because it was kind of like a muted gray was like the base of it, but then it was like oranges, blues, and greens for stripes all along it. Which one of you was made uncool from that? Well, here's the thing: is that this kind of like predated before I ever really got bullied. That didn't happen until a couple years later. So it's really only uncool like in hindsight that I would have the same clothes as the teacher. At the time, I thought it was incredible. I thought it was awesome that somehow we managed to have the exact same outfit. I didn't at all think about the social implications. Okay. Right, crouching spots is what we're looking for. Are you a crouching spot? Yeah, you are. I'm curious what he if he ended up staying and teaching or what happened to him, or I mean if he's still alive. I'm sure he is. He was probably a little younger than I am now when he was my teacher. Like he was probably in his like late 20s, early 30s, I'm guessing. I got really lucky. Like there were a lot of teachers over the years that that I really enjoyed and really appreciated having, even through college. Handful of teachers. Unfortunately, like I can't remember any of my college instructors' names anymore, save for one, and it's because a really weird fucking thing happened in one of his classes. One of his. He had so I went to the Art Institute of Las Vegas, the now defrocked series of colleges. None of the art institutes exist anymore. They went fully bankrupt. So I technically don't have a degree anymore, which is hilarious. But I went there for visual effects and motion design. That's what my degree is in. I have a bachelor's of science in it. And one of the classes I had was a screenwriting class. And I'll never ever forget this, I don't think, because it was so fucking... The story I'm about to tell is really weird and uncomfortable and a very, like, why the fuck would they allow that to happen kind of thing. But basically what it was literally like over the course of the class, and classes were a quarter long, so you know, like around like 10 or 11 weeks or so. And the course was quite literally write a script. You know, we would learn stuff, and there was, and obviously, you know, like it wasn't just right. But that was like it was basically the one assignment, right? Was to write. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that. Was to write a script. So that's what we all did. I remember I wrote one. This will not surprise you. It was a very goofy. The idea was kind of like it would be like a live action cartoon. It was the kind of thing that would have made more sense as like an animated short type of thing. In my head, I was seeing it as live action, but it would be way easier to do as an animation. But the idea was it was two competing hot dog vendors. They were on either side of the street. And basically I literally just wrote a bunch of Looney Tunes gags, like my own Looney Tunes gags for these two vendors competing with each other for attention. And much like how I mentioned earlier, like to me, like the funniest joke is, and then he pulls out a gun and shoots the other person. I had a bit in there where a man is walking down the street in between the two vendors, and they start competing for his attention. So they start changing their prices to be lower than the others. And every time they do something, the guy starts crossing the street to go to the other guys, starts going back. And this just builds and escalates until like the two vendors are like twirling and juggling like ketchup and mustard and throwing hot dogs in the air, and there's fireworks going off. And as the guy is like stuck in the middle of the street, looking back and forth, not sure where to go, he gets run over by a truck. Cut to black, next scene. So I was writing stuff like that, right? This very goofy, like low stakes type of thing. It came time towards the end. Not exactly the end, but towards the end, where it was like, okay, you guys have had enough time on these scripts now, where you should, what we're going to do is we're going to have one or two of you just volunteer to just read through your scripts like as a class. So it was like, okay, cool. The one that got picked, what do I use the real names or no? The one that I picked was entitled "What Would Name Do?" and Name was the name of the girl who wrote it. Now the girl who wrote it was very much this kind of, it's the kind of person where like today I wouldn't blink at it, and it'd be totally chill and whatever. but at the time was this person who was kind of an older student. She was probably, I mean, when I say older, I mean just older than me, because I was in college at 18 and 19. So she was probably like in like her mid 20s or so. And so she wrote this script. What would her name do? And in the script, it was her as a character having sex with another character that was also the name of another student in that class. And it was extremely graphic and like bordered on pornographic. I remember it was so, she insisted up and down that it was not literally meant to be like her and this guy in the class. It was meant to just, it was just like, it was just two names I could just think of really quickly. So I just used like what was in the class or whatever. But she said it in like this way, there's kind of like, you knew she was lying. And I remember, oh God, it's written as like such this insane sexual fantasy, because I can't believe I remember these details. This is going to get way more blue than usually you guys are used to hearing on this channel, but he fucks her so good that she passes out. Like fully loses consciousness in the middle of an orgasm. And I remember the way it's written is like, it's like he lightly smacks her in the face a few times, and the line is like, "Come on, baby, come back to me," and then, and I'm very sorry to describe this, but if I had to hear it, so do you guys now too. She cleans herself up with a towel and then puts it up to his face and says, "Go on, smell our sex." And then that's where I blacked out. It was the most fucking insane thing that had happened. And the thing is like, the teacher wanted her to share this script, wanted this to be the one that got read. The whole thing was so wildly inappropriate, like in hindsight, of like, okay, so basically like you wrote this weird porn about you and a guy that you like that's in this class. You used your real names with it. You described then this extensive pornographic scene, which, here's the thing, and one of the things that we learned in that class was like, if it's written, if the words are literally written in the script, the idea when you're writing a script is the words that are written are what you see. So the things that she wrote would have to literally be on camera, and there's no way for that to happen unless you were making a porn with the things that she with the things that she, the imagery that was described. And I remember being super fucking uncomfortable at the time. Excuse me. And basically everyone else in the class was like silent. Oh, that was the other thing, was like, she wouldn't, they didn't even fucking assign parts. Like, if I remember correctly, she read her lines and the guy that she named the other character after read his. It is only in thinking back on it years later where I realized, just kind of like, I think that entire room was like made to participate in this girl and maybe this guy's, I don't know how willing he was in this whole thing, but definitely like forced to participate like in her fetish. And It sucked. It was absolutely terrible having to sit there and listen to that whole thing and just be so fucking uncomfortable. And it wasn't even like well written either. It was just because you couldn't get past the fact that like what was so blatantly happening in front of us was what was happening. So it didn't matter how well it was written at all. It was just this weird fantasy bullshit thing. And I wish it hadn't happened. So there you go. There's a college story for you. That's what my college stories are like, because they certainly aren't like I got super wasted and then did something crazy. I have zero stories like that. Literally the only story I have that even comes close to that is I once played bartender for a coworker's birthday party. We used to go out to bars a lot. And one of the things that we would complain about is just how expensive it got to just go out drinking. Oh, something red. Oh shit, look at this. We just complain about like, God, I like going out to drink with you guys, but man, do we spend a lot of money doing this all the time? So for his birthday, what I did was I bought like $100 something worth of liquor and mixers. And then took all of that to his apartment and then played bartender for the night. That was my birthday gift. It was his birthday party, and that was my gift to him. Being his bartender. I was like, guess what? I'm saving us a ton of money from going out to bars now. We now are fully stocked. So now every time we want to get together, hang out, whatever, we have everything that we need, and I will make the stuff for you. I had maybe a sip of a drink that night. Like I very intentionally like did not drink because I wanted to be able to go all night, being bartender for everybody. So I intentionally did not drink. Again, save for maybe like one, like, yay, cheers type thing. And that was it. Otherwise I drank water. And by the end of the night, I was so tired. I was so exhausted from doing that because there were, I don't know, it was probably like 20 something people at this party. So I was making stuff literally all night long for just hours. And, things wrapped up probably, around like things would have started around 9:30 or 10. We were all swing shift people. So things wrapped up probably around like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I was so tired that what I did, I remember it so clearly. I laid down on his couch, put my hands over my eyes like this. And when I pulled them away, the sun was out, the house was empty, save for one other party guest who was asleep in the recliner across from me. I literally like time jumped. It was extremely disorienting. I felt insane, and I had like 12 missed calls from my mom. and even better, I literally had class that morning. I was still in college, so I had class that morning. Fortunately, he lived down the street from the school. So I ended up, shockingly, I made it to class on time in my work clothes that I had worn the day before. And I don't think I think I was off that day. I must have been. There's no way that I would have also gone to work after doing a full day of, oh, we can crouch into this now. And there we go. Sorry, I got on such a ramble that I kind of like lost track. Oh God, really? That's it? Some people have helpful things to say. Great. You know what wasn't helpful? That. He literally said yabba dabba do. Okay, we can't get close to that yet. Still can't do anything about any of this. Can't crouch under that. I'm still on the lookout for either things to crouch under or ways to break egg. Double check all this. Nothing here. Nothing there. There are still like switches and stuff in here. I don't think I saw anything I could crouch under any of this. Anything hidden in like the very first room that we started in, maybe? No. Did that. Do you see what I mean about like the background noise game though? Like it's very much like got fully lost in like two different stories about college in the middle of this and just kind of like wandering around, just like waiting for something to like pop out and get my attention. Still can't really do anything about any of this stuff. Man, there's a crouch spot. Oh, shit. Can't, but can't. Also, the music ran out again. Oh, hang on. Aha! Fuck, it's just money. God damn it. Fuck me every time. And this game is quite literally too new to be able to like look up, where do I go next? Where faster? Can we like make like a crazy jump or something? No? Shit. Can we jump across that? No, that's all blocked. That's blocked. Can't. That's too low, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh no. I'm at a loss. I'm out of unique things to investigate. Check back in here, but I'm pretty sure that I got anything that I could for now. Yeah, because I grabbed that. Oh. Just more money. Hey, we're halfway to $1 though, so that's something. God. I just, because the thing is like, I know that there's like something that I'm like missing. Oh yeah, I guess a euro. Oh, well, if we're at 0.55, is that, how much is that in a dollar? Are we closer or further away from an actual dollar? I don't know which one, because I mean, for a while, the euro was tanking pretty hard, but I think we might be giving it literally a run for its money. How quickly is the dollar losing value? Is it faster or slower than the euro? There's still this thing with the fucking code that we don't know. Oh! That's assault, and you know it. Piece of shit. I'm gonna get your badge number, and it better be the combination for that lock. I assume I stand here for light. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. So that's how we solve this eventually. Yeah, it literally locked in place. Yeah, okay. But we don't have a way to make this go. We need the fan. Or a fan-like contraption. We need wind ability. Can I go fart on it? Like, what do I need to do to... This is too low to crouch under. Fuck me. Have we... Can we climb this? No? Now that we can do this faster, does this do anything? Still no. Still not solving this puzzle. Oh, okay. We can jump across... it's not going to be to any... Not to any end, though. I got a cloud screen with my house. Curious how you deal with it, Solver Man. Man, they fucking lied when they said most people have useful things to say. These fucking... Nobody has anything... What's that button? Okay, well... That's great. But we can't get up there. Okay, because clearly what needs to happen... Yeah. Because this all needs to, like, rotate. Oh, fuck me! Ha 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 ha! Hang on. Okay. You come with me. Remember what I said about how important it is to, like, pay attention to the environment? No, come on, let me do it. Don't get me in trouble. If this jank works. Nah, fuck you. I'm doing it. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, they locked me in here. They punished me. They punished me for my intelligence. That's really funny that they included dialogue for this. So they know that you can brute force your way. I wonder what the... Maybe you can use... Maybe you're meant to, like, use this weight to go do that instead. But fuck it, we're gonna... I don't know if this is counting as sequence breaking or whatever, but... I ain't above it. Please be something good. Oh, just... Fucking no! No! Oh, I've been punished. I've been punished for my intelligence. More health is useless. At this juncture, more health is absolutely useless. Okay, so none of that had any bearing on the key. So okay, so oh man. Fuck. Okay, so either you are meant to There's boards here too. Jesus Christ. Can we crouch through? No. Okay. Wasn't anything else under here, right? just more teasing. Just more teasing of things that we could be doing. So, yeah, literally none of this affects the key at all. Nor does it affect, like, because I thought maybe these positions might change, that we could actually, like, jump up and climb this thing. Sure, you tried moving the gears, yeah? When you say moving the gears, which gear, are we talking about, like, these guys over here? Because I can't interact. I can't grab anything with any of this. And this isn't attached to anything that makes any of this stuff move. Like literally, it's only moving that guy. So there's obviously like a second thing or something to attach there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I fucking glitched that out. That middle one has to come down. That middle one has to come down. Which middle one? As part of this? Of the three that, so you're talking about of these three, of these guys? I'm going to stand and stare at these until you give me confirmation that these are the gears you're referring to. Not those gears. Do you mean these gears? Yes, you mean these gears. Okay, but like I said, but I have, that's the thing, is that I have no way of interact. Wait a minute. The clapping made that 1,000,000,000% worse. Hey, there we go. Great. What was this going to say? Puzzle solutions don't require jank or realistically perfect. Well, bad news for you, game developer. I've already janked my way through one of them. Shit. My front yard is screw up. Have fun, Solver Man. I will have fun. I am having fun. What if we crouch and just kind of slow our movement? There we go. Wow, literally Zelda health. Oh, are you fucking... Oh, God damn it. Are you serious? That's the only thing that was back here. Oh, God. Fuck me. I mean, great. More puzzles solved, but also... Okay. All right. So, okay. So the thing that clued me in... Okay, so I got... Okay, so look for marks. Look for marks on the ground. For like pushable objects. We're learning early access wall. Oh, okay. An actual blocker for what we can and can't do. Okay, we still have not found a key for this. Which might be that key, even though the color doesn't match. Okay, yeah, it is literally with anything with those grind marks on it. All right. Okay, I think this is all pretty thoroughly well explored over here. Still can't beat the runner guy. That's where the princess stood to get kidnapped. Look at all these hatless idiots. Master used to have magnet shoes, but lost them when he crash landed. I'm just quickly just reading through all this stuff. I do love all the different. Hidey hidey ho is very good. Oh God. Yeah, so that was like a pushable thing. So we can push the matchboxes. So where they're pushable. Okay, I didn't see any push marks. No. Okay. It's like every time like I learn about a new thing, I then like immediately like get like, this is now the one and only thing I can look for now is like look for scuff marks on the ground. I'm still so mad that that didn't result in us getting an actual like new ability. It might be getting a little late. Okay. So do we actually have the means to solve this puzzle? And I just haven't. Can I crouch under this and there we go. Is it just more fucking money? Come on. Throw me a bone here, man. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, it did say that like purple clouds were like progress, right? So we know that we can't reach that. We know we can't reach that. We know we can't reach that. We can't reach either of those. This needs power. Yeah, they don't even let us like manually push this to get even like a hint. I mean, we're out. We're out of purple clouds to investigate. There's this one over here. Okay, so we definitely need to get in that door. That's for sure. But we still don't have a way to like reliably get. Okay, what the hell is this? Okay, all right, so that's the TV screen. That's connected to all this shit. If we go in here, though, there's not. Yeah, that doesn't solve anything. I don't see a way to get on top of this. No. None of this leads to anything really meaningful. Okay, fuck me. Oh, man. Inside the house? I mean, we've explored the inside of the house pretty extensively. Or do you mean the place that we unlocked earlier? None of these are like obvious things hidden like in plain sight, right? No. Oh, hang on. Is this... That's out there. You did mean this one. Okay. So, but can't you open the trial? Can I launch her across the room? None of this looks useful, and I'm pretty sure we already know that there's nothing upstairs. I mean, we'll look one more time, but... Oh, whoa, hang on. Well, that has all the hints of a path, doesn't it? Are any of these windows like open, like unblocked? Can't crouch through these. It does kind of seem like there's like, doesn't it feel like there should be another floor there? Yeah, okay, so there is stuff up there. Trying to... They said the puzzle solutions don't require jank. There's got to be like a gas mask or something for us to be able to go in the garbage. There is a light bulb up there. Maybe we can trace where those wires are going? God, how do I even get out of this house now? Oh God, I've literally had dreams like this where I can't... Okay. The way I started to like genuinely feel my anxiety rising. Okay, so we can see wires. Oh, man. I'm so upset that they show us this like so early. Can't squeeze through that. The present there. That's on a hinge. Is that a thing that we can go grab right now? We just push through this? Oh, that's probably what this switch does, yeah? Yeah. Not getting a lot of action off the spring. It's mostly bouncing us away. Can we use that to go grab that coin over there? Whoop. Ah. The crowd noises are killing me. Nope. Maybe there's something that we can sneak in. Okay, no, we tried that spot before. What the fuck? Why the whistle? What'd I do? What do you think I attempted to do? Let's try getting a different perspective here. Purple cloud, purple cloud. Oh, God. Ugh. Man, oh, man. Very satisfying. There's that thing up there. The kid who wants to play ball. See, all these white clouds are just kind of like, oh, God, even if I do solve this, it's not going to matter. Yep. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, God. I think one of the things that's like the most frustrating is like knowing like that solution right there is just staring us in the face, but we don't have the means to activate it yet. So like just knowing that I have that one like pre-solved in a way is just kind of like, ugh. There was nothing. Yeah, we already searched all this. Man, it sure looks like there should be a path up there, doesn't it? Even that ain't enough. Ugh. Now I'm back staring at this shit again. Always end up right back where we left off. It's gonna double check. There wasn't another path here. Nothing. Nothing but just another like wall to tease us. I will say I 100% had moments like this in every iteration of this series. The base game, the DLC, and 6 inches under. Like I definitely had moments like this of just kind of like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And in a similar way, those games did not like suddenly like cheat it out and give you the solution. Like they 100% leave you to your own devices here. I wish that they had some kind of better hint system or something. Just point me slightly in the right direction. I guess that's kind of what the clouds are for, but even then, everyone just like turns and judges. I don't want to end without having like figured out at least one more thing. Because that would be pretty anticlimactic, but great. Does that count? Oh, for God's sake. It's a little difficult to figure out kind of like where you're standing sometimes. They're just taunting me. Those clouds are just out there taunting me. Even like this red spool string, like they made a point of being like, if it's red, it was meant for you. And it's like, I'm sure that's true, but how? And in what capacity? The fact that even this, wait a minute. Oh my fucking God. Oh, oh, no. Oh, take away my computer. Take away everything I have ever had that enables me to play video games or stream or do anything. I shouldn't be allowed to do this. I cannot fucking believe literally just crouch. Just crouch. Again, the clapping makes it worse. The clapping makes it worse. God, how many times have I come back to this spot and I never once thought to crouch and to push that? Oh. Oh. Oh, I feel the weight of 1,000 years on my back. Oh, God damn it. With your weird fucking grabby physics. Is that a gun? Oh, perfect. Okay, now we can use fans. And we can solve this puzzle that we solved an hour ago. Hey, fuck you. I'm trying to steal my egg. Oh, God. Oh, now we're strong. Great. Now we can move that shit. Get in here. Grab all of this. What is this a hint for? Pointless decoration is not really a thing in this world. Don't fucking tell me that. I'm gonna have a have a panic attack. I do like the way that they've animated all their faces. That was not really a thing in the first game, so it's cool to see. Like they really raised the production value across the board here. They've been hard at work. And they've definitely made something really cool. If albeit super duper frustrating, but frustrating in that way that like only these kinds of puzzle games really can be. We're just kind of like, oh God, like, and like where the solution becomes like painfully obvious. Once you have finally done it. Okay, so with strength, all right, there are a bunch of switches. Yeah, blue key for sure. I mean, there's a lot of switches we can start throwing here. All right, so that one, well, I was going to say that one does nothing, but that one might be part of like some like larger secret puzzle or something. There's this one over here. Yeah, nice and slow. Really milk this. There was a switch around here somewhere, I think. Oh, hey, what? Okay. Just saying hey for no reason. Oh, can we... Well, hang on. Hang on. Does it not... Okay, there's probably some sort of... Oh, hang on. No. This conducts electricity, I bet. God damn it. God damn it, this game. Did you... Okay, all right. I'll give you your ball back. There you go. Man, it feels great to be solving puzzles. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, I need to, can we unlock some Dramamine? Diazepam? Is that 4? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, we got an extra heart now. That's great for all the damage we've been taking. Okay. Now, okay, so the question... So here's the thing, is that that's not gonna... Oh. There we go. Oh, I accidentally hit that switch. I was like, what the fuck is... What is about to attack me? Wrong color. Okay, so this was a mechanic in the first game, was colorizing objects. Oh, but we haven't seen anything that does that. Okay, maybe we can blow the trash away. There we go. Okay, man, we're fucking flying now. And this guy finished a shortcut? Yeah. Great. Just run all the way around this symbol here. Okay, I'll remember those straws. Let's flip, see what this does. Okay. Did this also change? It must have, because we couldn't go over here before. Okay. What is this? What is this sudden combat music? There was combat in the first game. You unlocked like sword, and you got a sword and you got some guns. Hey. Okay. Just found our way inside all sorts of... Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, look at these little dudes. Oh, shit. Oh, God, they jump. Okay. Oh. Oh. Intrigue. Intrigue and mystery. I'm making sure no blue key gets in here for puzzle reasons. Well, that is a pretty direct piece of information you're saying there. What the hell is that switch? Wait a minute. Oh, it's a light switch. Ah, okay. So, okay, so we have some options here. Oh, okay, purple key. So, all right, so it wasn't even. Oh, hey. All the crowd reactions are super fucking cute. I really enjoy it. I don't like the clapping. The clapping feels so condescending, but the rest of them. Okay, now they did say that we don't need to use ridiculous timing. So there's got to be something we can do. Okay. Okay, so you can physically push things. What if we throw the key at the switch while we're standing on it? Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I think that's letting us know. It's like, yeah, you can sneak through. Thank you for the hydrate. I definitely need it. All right, so can sneak through gaps. Just telling us that straight up. Oh, okay. Purple clouds don't have collision. A thing that I have said for years. The thing they don't tell you about purple clouds, they don't have collision. Okay, so we definitely need to get blue key into that door, but dude's being a little prick about it. Can we blow it past him? Can we throw it past him? Hey, fucker. Diggity-do yourself. Okay. What are the options here? Okay, so there were more things down here that we did not explore. It's through there. We can grab that, set that on here. Okay, fire's probably going to be important for something. All right, cool. I successfully trapped myself in here. That's not at all what I wanted to do. Oh no, okay, we can get out. Okay, so that activates a jump pad. Okay, that's cool that those are back. Those were heavily featured in the first game. Oh, okay. I got it. Do that. Haha. And then use this. Well, let's see. Might be do this to launch that up there. Hey, I'm exploring my options. All right, so I think that is not the way to go about solving this. Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. We revealed that path earlier. All right. Now but it's not tall enough to do anything with. Oh. Stand here. There we go. Yay. Large air tank. Increase the amount of time you can blow your blowgun before it runs out of air. Okay. All right. So a little ability upgrade on top of upgrades. Not like immediately the most useful thing in the world, but good to have. All right, can we do anything about these little assholes? There is this over here. Every little designer knows players don't look up, except the one of this game. I don't think I have a way to defend myself against these guys other than just... Yeah, I think we can only deter them. We cannot defeat them. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I think it was pretty well established that all of that was non-critical path anyway. So it really is just get blue key into thing. We did not explore this. Oh, because this wasn't open before. Okay. Okay. Not sure what the point of all that is. Why give us electricity? Why give us that? Does not affect key. Also, blowgun does not affect key. That blue man very much affects key. Can we keep him? Oh shit! Well, that's gone forever. Fuck, we gotta go get another one. There was also the garbage in the area where we could okay, I don't think this is the solution. We got... Oh man, what are these all about? No, there's definitely something to do with all these, I bet. I mean, part of the problem is that we unlock the blowgun and our strength upgrade at the same time. So now it's kind of like, well, these are two very different things that can accomplish very different things. Blowgun didn't work on this, right? It didn't. Hey, hang on. Oh, hello. Hello, secrets. One whole coin. Okay. See, if I had a second thing to throw, I could. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just. Oh, wait. Wait. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I threw it into the lock. Nice. Yes. Oh my god. I think it was legit. I like how they put in like these cop characters to call out like jank solutions. Like they're kind of lampshading a little bit, but honestly, like it's funny. As long as they let you get away with it, like. Okay. Can we like throw to like break these things? No. We can lift stuff over our head though now, so that's good. Let's see. Well, they're very happy that I did that. There we go. That landed here. Well, this is the last yellow egg. All right. What's it gonna be? Like double jump or something? High jump. All right, great. Nice. So now we can get over this. Hey! Nice. You only missed 17 of the secrets you can reach in Floor Town. Oh, man. All right, well. That will be for another day. We get some sprinkles. Oh, sprinkles. Okay. We're gonna push these guys into the spikes. Yeah, we can. Moss. Bazinga. Sure, I'll help you do that. Whoa. Oh man, look at all this stuff. Oh god, there's a lot more game. And again, all of this is only Act 1. Like I said, I think there's 4 in total that are going to be in the final version. So, this kicks ass. This is great. I know we got a little stuck for a bit there, but just like the first game, it really does like award those like aha moments in a really great way. So yeah, I am stoked to see what the rest of this is like, but I think we're gonna call it there. I'll leave you with these god rays and whatever the hell this money machine is. That's Yeah. I know it's only early access, but hey, they did it. They made another one of those. And it's super great. It is just as exciting and fun to explore that world as the previous games in the series. Maybe even more so. I'm very excited to see what other stuff is waiting in there, because already, like, you have more abilities now in just that first little tutorial section than you did in the equivalent spot in the first game. So it makes me excited to see like what other stuff has been cooking in there. I imagine some of those puzzles are probably going to get pretty complicated by the end of the game. Start forgetting the things that you could do because it's been 30 hours since you had to use it. You know, like crouching. But cool. It's super late. And I'm super tired. So let's get the hell out of here, shall we? Let's see what all is going on around here. Is there anyone on? Oh God. It's been a while since we've raided Ellie, Necromancer Ellie, who is playing Clock Tower on the PS1. A game that actually just came up in Discord not too long ago. Let's go raid them. They're getting their spooky PS1 game on, so we'll send you guys on over there. There we go. Let's see. So I'm not sure when the next stream is gonna be. If I go, I think it would have to be tomorrow, because Sunday is potentially plans. So I might hop back on tomorrow, maybe with something. I don't really have a plan for anything. Otherwise, it's going to be a little touch and go during the week. Work has lightened up a little bit, but I mean, if selfishly, I kind of want to check out some of the Bonopolis stuff that's going on and kind of see, I want to support some bunny friends of mine. So we'll see what happens. But as always, you'll find out in the Discord when stuff is going to be happening. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted of all the goings on therein. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. This was a fun one. Go check out Supraworld if that looked like your kind of thing. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios.